PlayStation Portal owners, Sony just done it again. 13 new games have been added to the cloud streaming beta. And this lineup includes everything from PlayStation 5 heavy hitters to classic PlayStation 1 games. But here's the thing, not every game is worth your time. So today I'll break down all the new additions, show you the biggest highlights, and at the end I will reveal my personal top pick of the game you should play first. So let's cover off the standout games that have been added to the cloud streaming beta, starting with Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This game is a strong start to our selection, with Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown hands down being one of the best action platformers we've had in recent years. You play as Sargon, slicing your way through mythological creatures with a mix of aerobatic combat, time powers, and stylish platforming. Think Metroidvania vibes, but with the Prince of Persia flair. This game is just perfect for the Portal, smooth, sharp, and easy to jump in and out of. And when this game launched originally, I played a fair bit of it on the Portal. You may remember footage of this on some of my older videos. If you've been here for a long time, let me know when you subscribe down below in the comments. I'd love to find out. But yeah, this game is not my general vibe, not the sort of game I gravitate towards, but playing this is a fun time and it's fantastic for the Portal. It just lends itself really well to the small screen size. It almost feels like it is a handheld type game, so definitely check this one out. It's time! Yes, if you're a UFC fan, you'll know that. Bruce Buffer, it is time. If you're looking for something more modern and gritty, well, UFC 5 has entered the octagon, as it is now part of the cloud streaming lineup. You've got realistic next-gen visuals, brutal damage systems, fluid animations, all powered by the Frostbite engine, which is absolutely fantastic for visuals. If any of you have played the Battlefield games, that is the Frostbite engine when they're blowing up buildings and cities and all this kind of stuff. That has been used in UFC 5, so it looks fan-freaking-tastic, and there's plenty of damage to be done here. It's probably the most authentic UFC experience yet, even though all of these games are kind of similar, I think, since it's been the EA UFC franchise. The changes are just incremental. There's nothing groundbreaking in each new release, but this is the most up-to-date and the best one yet. So this is definitely worth a go if you're into MMA. And if you are into MMA, because I am, let me know who your favourite fighters are down below in the comments. I love all the classics guys that are not here anymore, like your Anderson Silvas, your George St. Pierre's, but active roster, you can't beat John Bones Jones, can you? I really hope he fights Tom Aspinall this year. That would be freaking awesome. Anyways, back to the games. Now here's something for retro mech fans. The original Armored Core trilogy is back. You've got the first game, Project Phantasma, and Master of Arena. If you're a fan of Armored Core 6, this is where it all started. Classic mech combat, deep customization, and mission-based gameplay. Playing these on the Portal is like holding a piece of PlayStation history in your hands. And I've said this a million times about a lot of these older games. The PlayStation Portal is the perfect place to play PlayStation 1 games. These games have not aged very well. Let's be honest, a lot of them look really rough, especially if you're playing them on a 70-inch, OLED screen. Playing them on the 1080p screen of the PlayStation Portal, they look way sharper, way crisper, and a lot more like how you probably remembered playing them as a kid. So if you played this back in the day, or if you're just a big fan of Armored Core or big mechs, definitely check out the Armored Core trilogy on PlayStation Cloud Streaming. And I've just realised that's UFC 5, not Armored Core, but we can't all be perfect. Let's go on to the next game. Okay, time for a bit more PlayStation 1 nostalgia. This time we have got Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. And that is why I'm picking that one, the second one, because as a kid, I freaking loved Buzz Lightyear. I remember actually being lucky enough to get the original Buzz Lightyear toy, which was just sold out everywhere at Christmas. It was kind of like the real life version of, what's that big Arnie movie? Jingle All the Way, where he's trying to get, is it Action Man or whatever he's called? I can't remember what he's called. Turbo Man. Turbo Man. He's trying to get Turbo Man. That Buzz Lightyear toy was like the real version of Turbo Man, And this is proper nostalgia if you grew up with all that stuff like me. Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. I know a lot of you remember this one. Come on, be honest. It's a colourful, fun 3D platformer, and honestly, it holds up pretty well. Perfect if you're after something light and retro on the PlayStation Portal. Quick correction here, it is actually Toy Story 3 which has been added alongside Toy Story 2 in this drop, not the original one, my bad. My next pick is, I think, a bit of an underrated gem. I had never really heard of this one, but it gets rave reviews all over the shop, and it is Siberia, the World Before. So if you want something story-driven and super atmospheric, check out Siberia, the World Before. This is a beautifully crafted point-and-click adventure, blending steampunk visuals with an emotional, engaging story. Perfect for winding down with a slower paced game on the Portal. And if you're worried about lag and, all that sort of stuff, if you're maybe traveling or going somewhere else, the fact this is a point and click story is fantastic. You don't have any of that fast twitch gameplay to worry about on the PlayStation Portal. So definitely get Siberia, the World Before on your playlist. And the next standout game pick is Arcade Paradise. Who doesn't love arcades after all? I miss arcades. Did any of you go to arcades when you were younger? I always remember them being attached to like bowling alleys and stuff like that in the UK when I grew up. And it was amazing. Just the noise of all the arcade machines, seeing things like Time Crisis, Sega Rally, Daytona USA, Point Blank. Oh, there was like so many, Virtua Fighter, Virtua Cop. There's so many good arcade machines. I would love for arcades to make a comeback for real. But anyways, you can now relive that a little bit in your own home on your PlayStation Portal with Arcade Paradise. So if you're after something super chill, here is Arcade Paradise, where you run your own arcade. You manage the machines and play over 35 fully playable retro style games. That's pretty freaking cool. Super satisfying and perfect for short bursts on the Portal. And I love asking you guys and gals questions all the time because I feel it allows me to get to know you all a bit better, and I love responding to all your comments. So my next question for you all is, what is your favourite arcade machines from back in the day when you were growing up? Do you have a favourite arcade machine? Let me know what they are down below. My favourite ones, I just love the Time Crisis games. Light gun games were just, they were just a bomb. I thought they were so much fun. But also Daytona USA, I had a soft spot for that. Sega Rally, what were the other ones I loved? Let me think. I actually like Tekken as well in the arcades back in the day, but I played more of that on my PlayStation 1. But yeah, I'd probably say Time Crisis 1 and 2. 2 just blew my mind. The graphics are so much better than 1. So I'll go for Time Crisis 2. I'll say that's my favourite alongside Daytona USA because that was just so much fun as well. So that's my 2 picks. Let me know yours down below in the comments. Now let's group the rest of these games together so we can get through them a little bit quicker. And I would say this group is probably arcade and retro hits here. And we have got, for fans of retro vibes, you have got some Herc's Adventures, which is a quirky arcade style co-op game. And then we have Star Wars Demolition, which I remember playing this ages ago. I don't know why I played this, but it is basically Twisted Metal meets Star Wars, pure chaos and fun. If you like Twisted Metal games and Star Wars, you just need to play this game. Simple as. Next up, we've got some fun indies and kind of random games here. So we've got Bang on Balls Chronicles, which is a wild, bouncy 3D platformer packed with silly, fun chaos. And You Suck at Parking, which is exactly what it sounds like. A fast, frantic, over-the-top parking challenge game. Both games are great for quick and casual play, which is ideal on the PlayStation Portal. Now, my picks to play first here, I'm only going to pick one game this time. I don't think this is the strongest month we've had of PS Plus games coming to the cloud streaming beta. There's still a few missing. If they get updated, I will update you all on the channel, so make sure you subscribe for all things PlayStation Portal right here on Pure PSX. And we also had some random ones that were not part of the cloud streaming, we're not part of PlayStation Plus this month, like the Toy Story games and Herc's Adventure, but they got added nonetheless, which is cool. But my top pick of game you must play out of all of these, if you're not sure where to start, is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This is the standout for me by far. Tight gameplay, gorgeous design, and the kind of game that feels made for the PlayStation Portal. If you're a fan of Metroidvanias or classic Prince of Persia, do not skip this one. And if you're looking for the best games to play on your PlayStation Portal, check out these PlayStation console exclusives, which are absolute god tier, which you can play right now on PlayStation Cloud Streaming Beta in this next video on screen.